Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and as always, it's great that you could stop by here today. This, of course, is the second video this week, and it should be a pretty quick update video on my 2008 3.1 Mac Pro, because there have been some changes since the last video that you've seen. I'd like to go over them with you. I think probably the best way to proceed at this point is just to jump right into a screen recording so you can see what's going on. Stay tuned. There's that. The big news here. I have this installation of Catalina, which is the DOS Dude 1 installation that I've had, but it's now running under OpenCore. The latest version of the OpenCore Legacy Patcher 0.2.3, that is latest as of this recording, has a graphical user interface, which it never had before. It does the same things as the text interface. Now, we go here into settings, you can set things. Now, differences between what this says and what I did. I checked verbose boot. I checked NVMe boot. And you click and install OpenCore. You can pick the drive upon which you want to install. This would be the Crucial drive that we're currently installed on. I'm not going to do that because, of course, I've already done it. Now, what does this gain us? Since we're not on Big Sur, that was the big reason for using OpenCore Legacy Patcher, was to get to Big Sur. Well, check this out. A pure DOS Dude 1 booting under, the Apple EFI boot will not show Big Sur as an option. Further, the first time I booted it up, I got a security update that had not been applied. You don't see those either. So that's a decided advantage. Now, other things. The NVMe boot. I can confirm that you can boot into an NVMe drive, despite the fact that the firmware of the 3.1 Mac Pro does not allow for that, without flashing a new one, and that can be dangerous. What I did, I took an NVMe PCIe drive from my main Mac Pro, put it in there, and I was in fact able to boot it up. Now, something else, and I had noticed this on my test 5.1. Render speeds. When I'm rendering videos, the times are cut in half. I hadn't even realized it because I was so focused on trying to get Big Sur running. But OpenCore unlocks the full graphics acceleration of your video card and incredibly increases the speeds. Now, I am assuming that's going to be true here. It certainly was true on the test 5.1. I'm guessing it's going to be true here. We'll find that out. I'll render this video. It's not the best test because it's not going to be a long video. Now, the downsides. There is a decided downside. Getting the darn thing to boot, even though it's not Big Sur, it can be problematic. I have had it boot on the second try. I've had it boot on the fifth try. I have occasionally had to go as many as 10 times before it actually booted. That's one of the reasons why I enabled verbose mode, so I could see what's happening. So I was just getting kernel panics. So, is this a long-term answer? The good news there, though, if you can't get it to boot, simply by resetting the PRAM, I'm living in the past, NVRAM, and let it chime 2 or 3 times as you're resetting it, will throw you right back to the Apple EFI bootloader, and then you can boot up every single time. Now, as of right now, this machine's my daily driver. That's mostly for test purposes. It won't always be. But for the moment, I leave it booted up 24/7. It sleeps, so it's not utilizing a tremendous amount of power. But yeah, 24/7 boot. So we'll continue to work with this. We're going to see, is this a full-time permanent problem getting it to boot? Is there a way to work around that? I don't know, but I did want to touch base with you and let you know that OpenCore, first of all, the new version of Legacy Patcher is very cool, and OpenCore makes for quite a good answer. All right, so I'll keep working with this, and you'll be seeing quite a bit more on this machine, I'm sure. Until that time, be good to other people. They need it and deserve it. Be good to yourselves. Everything has to start from there. We can't be much good for other people if we can't be good to ourselves. We'll make the world a better place. It isn't, so please take very, very good and careful care in these difficult times. We'll be back, I think, fairly soon with a more in-depth look at what's going on in this machine, and maybe some other tricks as well. And just a whole lot more stuff. Until that time, this has been Broken Electronics.